Well, good afternoon. Sorrel here. Thought I'd give you a tutorial on the typographic terminology project that we have coming up due. It has a number of aspects to it, but the first thing I want to show you is how to do the page layout. This will be the first step of you moving into Adobe Illustrator through the semester. So the first thing we want to do, I've already got one laid out, but I'll start over again, show you. Come up to New or Command N. You're going to select tabloid, but you can see here I can do letter size, which is 8.5 by 11. I can do legal, which is 14 by 8.5. But what I want is tabloid, which is 11 by 17. We'll do that in the landscape format. You can do it vertical or horizontal in the assignment. I've given you both opportunities there to do that. I'm going to lay mine out in landscape and punch it in. The reason I'm selecting this paper size is because most local print shops like Staples or Office Max or whatever, they're going to have a printer that prints in that format. You can also buy Epson printers that will print up to that size. They'll even print up to 13 by 19, which is the A3 size, but this is fairly common. What I want to do is create the 12.5 by 10 layout, and I'll do that by simply going up, first thing, hitting Command R to get my ruler here. And I want to divide the page in half, so I'm going to come across here to 8.5, that's half of 17. Half of 11 would be, wait for it, that is 5.5. I'll take my rectangular tool, bring that out here to this apex of the center of the page, hold the Option key down and click, and it'll give me this rectangular dialog box that I can punch in my size. So I'm going to punch in 12.5 by 10 inches. Go OK. There's my box. And then I can go up to Object. About halfway down it's called Create Trim Marks. The trim marks will be very beneficial. When you're printing this out, you'll save this as an Adobe PDF. Take it to the printer. They'll print it out for you on nice quality presentation paper or luster paper for your particular need. So now I want to do is change the size of these trim marks. Oh, that's way too big. That's still too big. Probably between 1 and or 3/4 of an inch will be fine. And then I can drag out my lines from the ruler that we've created. Drag it out down here as well. So now I've got that margin all the way around. I do not really need the box anymore. I'll go back to my select tool and I will delete the box because I have my guides that I'm happy with. And I want to bring that 1 inch in here. In the assignment I specify on the layout that I want a 1 inch margin all the way around the paper. So in order to do that, you're going to bring the ruler down, but it's kind of hard to do the math. I know that you're art majors, not math majors, so I'll make this very simple. Go back to the apex of the ruler, you click, you drag right out to the center point, and watch where the zero starts. We have 0 here and 0 here. That's a new orientation. I'll drag my line out. Boom. I'll drag one all the way across the other side as well. I'll drag one down here to the 1 inch mark. And I'll drag one out here to the number 9, and what you'll see here, we change the opacity. I don't want it too heavy. I can take and draw a box here, and you'll see very clearly this is the actual live area or active area on the media paper. The paper is called the media, where I want the artwork. No artwork will be outside of this. This will act as a frame because you're going to trim on these trim marks. Do not hand this in with trim marks visible. Trim those out on your nice luster paper or like 80-pound index high gloss or something that you want for your presentation, and your artwork will be within this area. You can also come over and create within the piece your where is it now? Let me find it here. Go down to layers. Go down to layers, and within layers I can actually change the name of that to guides, and I will lock that, and then I'll make new layer, and I'll call this, oh, it's already there. Look at that. I'll call that type into design. That's a layer. That's where we'll put the layout. And I'll do another one, and I'll call this one labels. If you wish, you can do a fourth one. That could be the lines for the labels, because the lines will need for the labels. So I can put that in there, and then I'll begin working my design. And I want to work on the layers in order to control the work, and we'll talk more about that in the next video. Thank you. See you in a bit.